So let's start with the basic first. Okay, the importance of the data. Data is a new oil. Okay, so as you know that, okay, every day, every hour, every seconds we generate a huge amount of data. Like if you take 2020, 21st century, so we are living in a data generation era. Okay, so we are going to generate a massive amount of data. Then the moment when you generate massive amount of data, what happens? We even need the technology. Okay, so latest technology. Using those technology, okay, to handle those data. So, anyways, we'll try to discuss one by one. Okay, what are the importance of the data and how we can use machine learning algorithms to handle those data. Okay, so but one thing you keep in mind. Okay, just print in your brain that uh, without data we cannot run any machine learning programs. Machine learning, we need to feed a huge amount of data for the machine learning programs. Okay, so when you have a huge amount of data, then only we get accurate results from machine learning programs. Even I think I have completed around 14 to 15 the projects, some of from corporate sector and some few, I think 8 to 9 from MTech. So I designed and gave them. Okay, successfully they executed. Anyways, we'll discuss one by one all the algorithms what we have used. Even I'll try to discuss some of the advanced algorithm which are available in market. Okay, and we'll try to compare those advanced algorithm with the algorithm what they have mentioned in your subject. Okay, so first and foremost, let's try to talk about the data. Then we'll talk about the latest technologies or the trends which are going to come in coming 4 to 5 years. Next, we will try to implement machine learning, the concepts. As far as data is concerned, till 2020, we have around 40 zettabyte of data. 40 zettabyte of data means you just place 21 zero after one. That is 1 zettabyte of data. So that means 40 zettabyte of data means you just place 22 zero after 4. Such a huge amount of data we have. So that itself is a challenging for us. But the problem here is, okay, so as far as data is concerned, only 12% of 40 zettabyte of data is analyzed. That means only 12% of the data is in used. Rest of 88% of the data is somewhere hidden in the either in the server, either with the people, or either in the network. So that should be analyzed. So next is another challenging task here is till 2025, this 40 zettabyte of data is going to generate around 175 zettabyte of data. That itself is a more challenging one. Just imagine when you grow the data, okay. So when you are growing the data massively, that we need the technology to work on those data. Okay, so when we have technology, then only we can come up with some kind of an insight. Okay, so some of the best products I can say. Okay, so if you don't have the data, so there is no question of using the technology itself. Okay, so since data is massively growing, so obviously the opportunity for the people who are working on data also will be more in coming years. Okay, so next is let's try to discuss how much amount of data is generated by the companies. Okay, so if you take in single day, we are generating 2.5 quintillion bytes of data, which that means you just place around 12 zeros after one. Quintillion means 2.5 into 12 zeros, such a huge amount of data we are generating. Obviously, we require the technologies to handle this data. Out of which emails 300 million billion bytes. Okay, so that means sending and receiving. WhatsApp 65 billion bytes. Weather forecasting 26 billion bytes. YouTube you take 5 billion bytes per day. Next, when we talk about internet, 5 billions, out of which 3.5 Google itself. Okay, so next to photo uploading and sharing 3 billions per day. Netflix 165. See, Netflix, the complete Netflix businesses depends upon the data. Okay, so I don't know how much amount of data they have, but you cannot believe 560 million hours per day the people watch. Okay, through the Netflix, such a huge income they are generating in that their profit in seconds. Okay, so we can calculate in seconds. Okay, that was possible only when they started collecting the data. Next, tweets, you take tweets 500 billions, Instagram 100 billions they have. Okay, this itself is a huge amount, but believe me, these numbers are going to increase in future. This is not going to decrease, because if you take the mobiles, Okay, so every day the people are using minimum for 2 hours. If you take 2 hours means in 1 month it will be around 60 hours. That means 1.5 day is reserved only to use the mobiles. Okay, so in future it is going to increase. That is not going to decrease, but it's a good news for us for the IT engineers. So moment when maximum usage of gadgets means maximum usage of data means obviously. Okay, so the scope for the IT engineers, the people who are working on data, um, artificial intelligence, okay, will be more. Now, next, when you have such a huge amount of data, so we need the technology also. Okay, so as far as till 2025, okay, so this is my prediction. Okay, these are the areas, some of the areas where the scope for the IT engineers will be more. Okay, so there are they are going to have a huge package on if the people are concentrating on these areas. Okay, so I'll define why it is. First out of in the number 10 we have cognitive cloud computing. Cloud computing itself is a base now. Okay, and when you have a big data, huge amount of data, we require cloud computing for the processing. But as far as machine learning algorithms are concerned, okay, so we need to feed the structure format of data for the machine learning algorithm. So that means the process is again the bit tricky or complex, I can say, when you have mixed form of data like unstructured and structured format of data. So I have to separate. Okay, so I have to divide that data in terms of unstructured as well as structured format of data, and only structured format of data I can feed for the machine learning algorithms. That itself was challenging, but in cognitive cloud computing system it is also possible to feed both type of data like structured format of data as well as the unstructured format of data. Okay, so next is the companies like IBM, you take Microsoft, Google. Already they have invested a huge amount, nearly $13.8 billion. Okay, till 2020, and these companies are working. Okay, concentrating mainly on cognitive cloud computing system. Okay, so next, some of the products, these products are in maturity level. Remember, so we can take this one to the high next advanced level also. Okay, one of my intern is trying to convert the Alexa system into the augmented technology. Okay, so he is trying to integrate 3D systems in Alexa. Okay, that is the next. I can say that could be the next step also. Some of the products which comes under cognitive cloud computing systems are Siri, Google Assistant, Cortana, Alexa. I think you guys are familiar with these products also. Okay, so next later on we can think of having computer vision, augmented technology, AR, VR systems, etc. under cloud computing. But remember, data is important here. When you have data, then only we can design this type of a system. 5G technologies, okay, so which is 40 times faster than your 4G technology. Some of the countries like South Korea, USA, Switzerland are current leaders of the system. Someone has raised the hand. 1 second. Yes. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Someone has raised the hand. Yeah. Tell me, Azan. I'm audible, right? Hello. 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 I'm audible, right, Azan? Hello. Hello. Okay. So fine. So cognitive, that is regarding about cognitive cloud computer system. 5G technology 40 times faster than our 4G technologies, and the companies like Samsung, Nokia, Huawei already invested huge amount on that. Okay, so next is we have other in our number 8, big data comes. Big data is not a technology, just print in your mind. Okay, big data itself is a problem. Big data is a process where we will be generating the data. Okay, it doesn't matter whether uh, any kind of a data. Okay, so further there are two types of big data, good data and the dark data. The data which can be analyzed, which is in the structured format, are called good data. The data which cannot be somewhere hidden in the network. Okay, so that can be considered as a dark data. Let's have try to, you can see this. Let's try to see, let's try to discuss about this picture. You can see here. the complete data is divided into part. 12% what you can see is the good data, which is already in the which is already analyzed, and we are using those data. But 23%, okay, 23% and 65% equal to 88% is called a dark data, which is not yet analyzed. The companies, the like Google, IBM, you take Accenture, you take, okay, all those companies have already invested a huge billion of dollars to analyze this 23% of my data. Understood? So this is we'll try to discuss, okay, more about the big data in later on sessions. Okay, like how to create the clusters and how to use those clusters in machine learning programs, etc. Next, automation. The people don't want to sit in front of computer for 8 hours, 12 hours nowadays. Okay, so they want to convert everything into automation system. So the computer itself should take care of all your daily activities. Okay, so without and they have to take the computer should able to take the decision by itself based upon the criteria. So that comes under the part of the big data. And to design those type of an automation system, we required machine learning, the algorithms. Okay, so next, let us say recommendation system in Netflix. Okay, next Amazon products recommendation system, Starbucks and Spotify, okay, are using the big data system. Next, the most important here is this is in the maturity level dark system. Dark stands for distributed ledger technology, artificial intelligence. A stands for AI, which is again machine learning is a sub part of AI. Next, extended reality, augmented plus virtual reality system, quantum computing. It is a mixed form of all this. Dark is a mixed form of all these technologies. But to work on dark technology, remember, you should be good in artificial intelligence or distributed computing system, or either R or Q. Understood. But to since I'm taking machine learning, so I'll focus more on artificial the intelligence system. So to become expert in artificial intelligence system, you should be good in machine learning the programs. Okay, so this is in the maturity level, maybe in 4 to 5 years. Okay, so maybe the company will launch this type of the products. Okay, so you take the programs which takes around 10,000 plus year to execute. Those such type of programs we can execute just in 200 seconds. The company like Accenture closely working with the healthcare industry. Okay, so maybe in the future doctors can be replaced with the robots. Robots itself will take care of the patients during the operational level. So next is NASA is closely working with, sorry, the Google is closely working with the NASA. Okay, and they are trying to design a program using dark technology where we can transfer the data within a fraction of a second. Suppose let us say you take the Mars, to transfer the data from Earth's surface to Mars, it takes around 7.2 minutes. But if we are implementing dark technology, there is a possibility we can transfer the data from the surface of the Earth to the Mars within a fraction of a seconds. Okay, so we have the Google is claiming that for some extent, so for some extent we have achieved in dark technology, but there are a lot more to go with the dark technology. So next is we have 3D printing. The companies like the Bugatti, BMW, okay, Porsche next, manufacturing and construction department. Okay, so all their the design and manufacturing system they are converting into 3D printing technology. Okay, this is one more area. Next comes IoT, Internet of Things. Okay, so all the house appliances devices you can connect with each other and they can communicate with each other and they can take the decisions. Let us say your house appliances like fans are there, locking door system is there, next to fridge are there. Okay, all those devices we can interconnect with each other, and okay, so we can we can do some kind of an automation here. But the future of IoT obviously is going to become the edge computing. Okay, so in edge computing we can integrate. Okay, so interconnect so most of the devices here. I will not focus much on these technologies. Okay, so let's try to. I just want to briefly introduce all this technology. But remember, to work on all these technologies, machine learning programs are important. We have to work on. So base to design these algorithms are machine learning the programs. DevApps, we have another area called DevApps. Okay, so suppose let us say um, you have designed one a software and you launched also. Okay, later on the customer started using those the software. Later on they'll come with some more requirement. Okay, so I need to do modification in DevOps. What happened? So the moment when you get more extra queries from the client, okay, so you can work on those. Okay, so while working on those the queries, there will be no effect in the operational level. Okay, so in operational level the module will remain same without the disturbing the already launched model. We can work on the system. Okay, so the moment after completing that those the what I can say the model, again we can deploy on the operational level. Okay, so this is one of the major benefit. And remember, there is a huge demand for DevOps, the experts, artificial intelligence, data, okay, and the operation. How to work on how to analyze the data based upon the data, how to okay design the model, and how to deploy that one in the operational level. NASA, Netflix, Capgemini, Dell are some of the companies who are working a DevOps system. Hyper automation, as I told you, if the people are trying to make most of the okay the manual tasks into automation tasks. Okay, that like software we have RPA using UiPath, we have quick click, we have next automation anywhere. Okay, so there are some softwares, so using those software we can make the things the automation after COVID-19. Okay, so most of the companies they started okay, so they started converting most of their manual tasks to the automation task. Okay, so machine learning again for the automation system, obviously the machine learning is going to become a base here. The companies like Wipro Infosys, they are looking for robotic process automation, the experts. Okay, so next is we have okay, so these are very highly paid the areas. One comes the cyber security, where the data is very important. Data should not be hacked and tracked by any unauthorized person. Okay, so IBM, Lecaron, Cisco, BlackBerry, Avast are some of the companies who are working on cyber security systems. Most important, as far as today's trends are concerned, okay, the highly paid the jobs are AI as a services and data analytics. If you are good in this, so the opportunities for 2 or 3 years are more. Okay, in artificial intelligence as well as data analytics, you should be able to understand the data. Okay, and you should be able to get some insight, some of the okay the productivity from the data. Okay, so that we can do it using the technologies. These are very highly paid jobs. Okay, in the current market. But if you take all these 10 technologies, okay, the common thing what I have observed here is the data. So when you have data, then only we can use these technologies. Otherwise, these technologies are of no use. But the good news is data is rapidly we are generating. Okay, so we can use those data to implement or to come up with some innovative ideas using this different technology. One more, the next basic concept here is okay to work on. You take cyber security, you take artificial intelligence, you take the other DVFs, you take hyper automation, you take okay, so you take any other technologies. Base for these technologies are machine learning programs. So you should be able to understand, you should be able to understand, and you should be able to design the machine learning programs right from data pre-processing till the deployment of the product in the market. Okay, so then only slowly, so when the moment when you get the confidence, yes, I can design the machine learning program, then only we can take or you can decide either to go on cyber security or AI, artificial intelligence, or automation system, etc, etc. Hope you are clear with this technology. And my dear students, you can concentrate in any one of this platform, but to take before choosing, make sure that you are good in writing the machine learning based the programs here. Okay, so next let's dive into the main agenda of today's session, that is the quick introduction about our the machine learning subject. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can raise your hand or you can ask directly. Be reflexive. Okay, so I'm ready. I can whatever the doubt you have, you can. I'll try to explain. Okay, so I'll try to clear your doubt a bit because end of the semester you should not be like you should be perfect while writing, while understanding each and every concept of the machine learning system. And does anyone is having doubt? Participants? Participants? Hello? Hello? Be
No, sir,
reflexive.
no.
No,
Be reflexive. Please be reflexive. Okay.
Yeah, sir. No, no, no.
Because yeah, if you have any doubt, you ask. Even I'll get the opportunity to learn. Okay. So even I'm totally involved. Okay. So the moment when I started understanding what is machine learning,
Okay, okay.
so I'm totally involved in machine learning and big data analytics. Okay, so very in 4 to 5 months, even I have executed around 15 to 16 projects also. Okay, so even I'm planning to continue my career with machine learning. Even if you have a doubt, even I'll get the confidence. So yeah, I'll try to clear that doubt and I'll try to implement something from the doubts what you have. Okay, so we'll start with the syllabus now. Okay, what exactly the machine learning is? Okay, so later on we will slowly we'll try to understand the fundamental concepts of the machine learning as system. Okay, so machine learning, you can refer this book, Tom M. Michael. Okay, so this is available in our department library as well as the central library also available, but I think few copies are there. I heard like around 12 copies are available in uh, uh, what I can say, 12 copies are available in library, but soft copy. So I have the soft copy. If you want, you can mail me. I will give the soft copy. Fine. So as you know, as far as if you take the VTO syllabus, you will be having 5 modules. Okay, so the complete 5 modules they have divided in 3 parts. First is called, okay, supervised learning system. These are the complete machine learning divided into 3 parts. First is called supervised learning system. Another is called unsupervised learning system. The third one is called reinforcement learning system. I will repeat: supervised learning system, unsupervised learning system, and reinforcement learning system. First 2 modules, module 1 and module 2. Okay, we are going to discuss only about supervised learning system. What exactly the supervised learning system? Using some of the basic algorithms. Similarly, in module 2, unsupervised learning system with some examples. Okay, with the algorithm, I'll try my level best how to implement those algorithms in production department also. Next, we have say a reinforcement learning system. In reinforcement learning system, yeah, in a reinforcement learning system, here where what happens, the agent or the machine itself will decide or itself will take the decision based upon the task. We'll discuss all those things in coming sessions. Let's dive into first module. Shall we start the first module, participants?
yes,
Hello.
sir.
We'll start the first module.
Hello.
So as far as first
Yes, sir.
module,
Okay, sir.
yeah. As far as first module is concerned, these are the concept what we are going to learn, and all the concepts are important here. Well posed learning, design a learning system. I think you might have learned in software engineering. Okay, so always we follow some life cycle, right? SDLC, software development life cycle. Okay, so agile life cycle generally we use while designing any software. In the same way, okay, while designing any machine learning programs, we follow these steps. Okay, so designing a learning system, while target experience, target function, okay, representation of the target function. Next, choosing a function appropriate algorithm. Once we are clear with the target function, so how to use the appropriate algorithm, which algorithm is to use. Okay, so next, after choosing an algorithm, how to design it. Okay, so that designing is nothing but we are going to fit the model. We are going to fitting the model. So after fitting the model, we will try to see, okay, whether that model, okay, work properly for our the problem definition or not. If it is not working properly, again we have to repeat from the first stage. Understood? This is an iterative process. Okay, so how much time you iterate here, okay, so that much of accuracy of the model we will get here. Understood? Let's say in the first stage we got 60%. Okay, so again you started refining your algorithm based upon the data. Again, let's say in the second stage 70%, third stage 80%, 90, 95. Okay, if we get 97, 98% of accuracy, that I can say that our model is accurate. Then we can think of deploying that one in production department. But in this model, I'm going to discuss only about how to Okay, follow the life cycle while designing any machine learning model. In case, if possible, I'll try to implement, we'll try to have hands-on session also by taking some simple data. Next, obviously, there are issues in machine learning algorithms. Suppose, let us say, we have a huge amount of data, okay, and you are using simple algorithm, understood? Sometimes what happens, the algorithm will not suit, or the algorithm will not fit for the data. Sometimes what happens, you will be having small amount of data, okay, and you are using the advanced level of algorithm. In that case, what happens, algorithms will be faster, okay, the data what you have will be lesser. In that case, how to use, okay, how to fit the, or how to tune the model, that is also very important here. Someone has raised the hand, 1 second. Okay, Keltada song, sorry. Hello, Unais. Hello, Unais, you have any doubt? Hello, Unais. Okay, so next is we have practical implementation. Let's try to see some of the practical implementation. We'll try to implement XGBoost algorithm to calculate the um, calculate the efficiency of any, let's say, the number of birth per day. Let's try to predict what will be the number of birth for the next day, okay, using simple algorithm, okay, as far as machine learning algorithms are concerned. But before heading towards session, these are some more points that I want to clear, okay. So the students, or even the people who have started, they are planning to start their career in machine learning or artificial intelligence, again, they are having some confusion. They say like machine learning is a complete different department, artificial intelligence is a different department. No, it's not like that. Okay, artificial intelligence, machine learning is a sub part of artificial intelligence. Okay, so suppose if I want to work on artificial intelligence, okay, so as far as software part is concerned, okay, all those programs which is related to artificial intelligence can be designed using machine learning programs. Hope you are cleared. Okay, so just remember or print in your brain, machine learning is a sub part of artificial intelligence. Okay, it provides, let's try to discuss what is machine learning. It provides okay, it provide machine the ability to learn and understand without being explicitly a program. Generally what happen in machine learning, we design the model. Okay, so any doubt? Hello? Okay, is in machine learning what happened? Let's say you have a data. So based upon the data, we pre-process that data. Okay, so let's say mixed form of data you have. I'll try to convert it into structure format. Okay, so next I will perform some data mining steps. So after that, okay, that process is called pre-process the data. So after pre-processing the data, I'll try to use some the algorithms. Okay, I'll try to use some algorithms, and I'll try to see whether that algorithm suits to our data or not. Understood? If it is suiting with our data, I'll use that one. Then next, later on, what I will do, I'll try to check the efficiency, how much efficiency that algorithm gives us according to the data. Understood? So once, let us say we are getting around 95% of efficiency, what I will do, I'll deploy that one. After deploying, okay, so automatically that model itself will take the decisions. We did not to involve again ourselves. Understood? Let us say you take Amazon. In Amazon, what happened? Let's say you have purchased one watch. Understood? In the recommendation part, you will get, okay, so the people who are purchasing the watches also purchasing this. Understood? That how we are, how the machine is recommending. We are not involved. We developers are not involved. That means based upon the model what we have designed. So based upon that model, it is recommending the people. Hope you are clear. AI is human intelligence demonstrated by machine to perform simple to complex task. Here, see, like our main intention, okay, is to convert most of the human intensive task. That means the people or the human face difficulty. We are trying to convert those everything into automation as systems. Understood? So artificial intelligence is nothing but a machine to perform simple to complex tasks. Machine should be able to complete the complex task here. Understood? So that is artificial intelligence system. Now next is ML is a method of data analysis that automate analytical method of building. So it's all about, as I told you again, I'll keep on repeating this. Okay, machine learning programs, machine learning algorithms requires huge amount of data. We need to feed the data. Understood? Huge amount of data we need to feed them. Okay, then only it gives an accurate result. Understood? So once you feed the data, it try to analyze your data. Understood? Based upon the algorithm. Okay, so again it try to build its own model. Okay, so there are many the platforms are available. Okay, we can use or we can design the machine learning model. Next, when it comes to uh, artificial intelligence, in artificial intelligence, what happened? Since it is a sub part of machine learning, what happened? Whatever the model we design here, that will be okay forwarded to artificial intelligence. What artificial intelligence will does? Okay, so it takes that model into operational level. Understood? So after deploying in the operational level, it try to calculate the efficiency, how efficient this model is, which is designed in the machine learning algorithm. Got a point? How efficient the model is. Okay, and then after calculating the efficiency, it try to analyze whether is it possible to increase the efficiency of that already deployed a model or not. Let's say you are design one model which gives around 90% of accuracy, okay, using machine learning concepts. In artificial intelligence, what happened? The moment when you deploy this, it try to find out whether it is possible to increase the efficiency right from 90% to the 95% or not. Okay, so artificial intelligence try to make your model more and more intelligent. Understood? So that is the part here. ML results in data. Okay, so completely remember, data, you keep on feeding the data. So when you have huge amount of data, accurate algorithm, it gives accurate results. ML, that means ML totally depend upon the data. But when it comes to AI, this totally depend upon the knowledge. Okay, so the knowledge or making your system intelligent. So once that, again, data, using data we design the model, you deploy that model in AI. Okay, so it try to find out whether it is possible to increase the efficiency, okay, by taking or collecting or creating the clusters of other related data. Okay, so here, as I told you, accuracy, 80% accuracy you are getting. Next target of ML developer should be to increase it to 85%, 90%, 95%. Okay, so you should keep on experimenting using different algorithm. Suppose let us say you have taken decision tree first time and you are getting around 65% of accuracy. Let's say later on you should think which algorithm is to take, whether I should go for regression algorithm, logistic regression algorithm, RNN, artificial neural network, or Navier Bayesian algorithm. Is there any other extra advanced algorithm? Okay, so that I can increase the accuracy of my other model. Okay, so next is the aim is to extend probability of the success, as I told you, 60%, 90%, okay, 30%, 95%. Okay, so if I say 90%, that means success rate of that model is 90%. Artificial intelligence, what does do? It try to increase at least 91%. Okay, so the aim to extend the probability of the success. If I say 90%, 90% is yes. Okay, 10% is no. That concept comes under the probability system. Next is ML permits system to be told new things from the knowledge. Okay, so new insights we can dig here. AI is the higher cognitive process, as I told you. Here, the one more major difference here is between the machine learning and the artificial neural network is machine learning, we need to feed structure format of data, but in later on, if in the highly advanced technology, as I told you, it is also possible to feed AI, artificial intelligence, with unstructured as well as structure format of data. Okay, so next is, these are the, hope you are clear with the difference between the machine learning and artificial intelligence. If you have any doubt, please ask me, participants. Any doubt, participants?
No, sir.
You are cleared. Marzuk,
Yes.
Marzuk, any doubt? Keep on asking questions, please. Keep on asking questions. Okay. Be reflexive. Okay. You are going to learn many things. Okay. Keep on asking questions. Otherwise, I'll just keep on changing the slides. Okay. My task is to complete the model. If you're asking question, even I'll get interest. Okay. I'll try to explain more concepts of machine learning system. Okay. So shall we go to the next slide? Participants? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Hope you are cleared with one. Just print in your brain. Machine learning is a subpart of artificial intelligence. Okay, so next is, let's go to the next slide. Hope you can see the next slide here. This is very important part here. Okay, so when I started my when I started working on machine learning programs, okay, so I had myself had a lot of confusion. Okay, which IDE to use, which platform is to use to execute my machine learning programs. Okay, so first I went, okay, machine learning program. So I started working with PyCharm. Okay, I started working with PyCharm IDE. Later on I realized, okay, so PyCharm is not comfortable for me. Okay, so because when it is a small programs, we can think of having PyCharm. Okay, when the number of lines are increasing, when the program, when the model is very complicated, okay, I don't prefer PyCharm. Okay, so it up to you whether to use PyCharm or not. Okay, so later on, next is, let's say you have very complex data, say image data. Okay, so in image data, what happened? We will be creating the matrices or the dimensions. Understood? In that case, what happened? When it comes to process, okay, while executing the programs, some if you are executing using your local machines, okay, it will not give an accurate results. Okay, it sometimes it takes time. One of my in one of my project, okay, so in image classification, what we did, we took around 300 GB of data for the training, and you cannot believe, okay, it took around 48 hours to train the model. Okay, so similarly what happens, someone has raised the hand, hold on. Hello? Hello? Okay, so similarly what happened when the data is increasing, let's say 200 GB, 300 GB, which is very nominal to train the data. Okay, it takes a lot of time. In that case, what happened? We try to migrate towards TensorFlow. Okay, most advanced Python framework for machine learning from Google. First, I started using Google Cloud Platform, GCE or GCP also you can say. So later on, our college is already registered with the Amazon Web Services. Okay, so I totally migrated myself from GCP to AWS. Now, for the complex data, let's say 200, 300 data, so I'll be using Cloud Platform for its execution. Okay, so as next is Shogun. We have SVM, Shogun, other platform. Okay, using this we can execute our machine learning programs. Okay, next we have Keras. Keras is another platform, especially used for artificial neural network. Okay, so it can be ANN or CNN, convolution neural network. Okay, so convolution neural networks are widely used. Suppose you take traffic systems, there also we are using CNN. Okay, so most of the complex where the image comes, where the analysis of the images comes, we use a Keras system. Okay, so Keras is also available in GCP as well as AWS also. So you can plan for that Keras system. Next is Scikit-learn. Okay, for the data mining and data analysis, all the projects I have used Scikit-learn, because in Scikit-learn almost all the algorithms are available. You take logistic regression, you take XGBoost algorithm, you take Navier Bayes algorithm, you take SVM, you take association rule, market basket analysis. Okay, for to handle such type of an algorithm, okay, so we will be using this API called Scikit-learn API. Again, we have PyCharm. PyCharm is also good platform, okay, to run your what I can say machine learning programs. Let's say Python. But later on, after trying all these things, okay, so right now I'm using Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so Anaconda, this can be an assignment for you, because our lab programs we are executing using Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so Anaconda, there is an IDE called Anaconda. Already, I think that video is already available in my YouTube channel. You can refer that, and you try to use or you try to install Anaconda. And in Anaconda, there is a Jupyter Notebook. And a Jupyter notebook, I feel like it's very comfortable to work with a Jupyter notebook. Okay, when we talk about designing and machine learning model. Okay, so Anaconda in lab, we will be using the Anaconda system. Next, there is one more platform called Amazon SageMaker. Okay, in Amazon SageMaker, what happens? See, if you take, let's say, I want deep learning system, I want TensorFlow, okay, I want Keras. So in a local system, generally what we have to do, we individually we have to install those things. Okay, so after individually installing, so we can use it. But in Amazon SageMaker, what happens? All those, okay, so what they have done, all this, the TensorFlow, you take deep learning, you take CNN, you take Keras, you take, okay, all those they have brought in one platform. Okay, so suppose let us say you want to work on deep learning, you immediately you install it there itself, and you can start running the program using a deep learning system. Okay, so it's a package actually for a good machine learning programmer. Okay, I feel very comfortable with SageMaker. Most of my the projects I have completed using SageMaker. If time permits, if you guys allow me, so I will demonstrate, okay, how to complete one machine learning program right from pre-processing the data, how to create the model, after creating the model, how to hyper tune that model, next how to deploy that one in operational level. Okay, so these are some of the tools, but remember, as far as programs are concerned, I use Jupyter Notebook and a Sage Maker. Okay, so these are the tools. Just you can print your brain. Okay, there are many other tools also. Okay, the people are using it now. At Google, you take Google. I think in Google there is Google Colab. Okay, so Google Colab will give uh, GPU as well as TPU. Okay, for deep learning and okay, for deep learning execution of the program. But the problem with the Colab is you can run maximum up to 12 hours, I guess. Okay, so after 12 hours, it automatically will stop. That means we can use only limited data set over there. Okay, so if you have a bulky data, let's say 200 GB, 300 GB, which takes around 48 hours to train the data, in that case, I cannot recommend a Google Colab. For small data, it's okay, you can use it, and it's free of cost also. Okay, hope you are clear with this. If you have any doubt, please ask participants. Participants, participants,
Sir,
Marzuk,
can you show the how to install that?
which one? Uh, Anaconda.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Anaconda already is available on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I think it's almost 1.5 hours. I think I have demonstrated for almost 1.5 hours, I guess. So you can refer my YouTube
Okay.
channel for the complete installation of Anaconda. Fine. Hope you can
Okay.
see the
Okay.
screen. Which screen you can see now? Participants? Hello?
That's a slide. Slide.
Slide only, right? Okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. So next is I recommend to register with Amazon AWS. Okay, so you are going to get a lot of things to learn over there. Okay, and Amazon gives complete 1 year free the platform with free of cost. Okay, so you can use those platforms for your final year projects. A lot of advanced features are available. Okay, so even okay, so the moment when you start working on those Amazon web services, you will understand. Okay, the complete in and out, how to write and how to deploy the complete machine learning programs. Okay, so next is, let's go to the next slide now. Okay, so which is the main part of our the machine learning programs or machine learning syllabus. Let's start with the simple examples. Okay, you take your example itself, or let's say after 1 year, the moment when you get an opportunity to work in company. Okay, so in company, what happens? You have to sit in front of computer for minimum 8 hours, right? Participants, hello, hello, participants.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. You have to sit minimum for 8 hours, no?
Uh,
Yeah, we have to sit in minimum for 8 hours. Let's say if the project is very complicated, okay, they make you to work for 12 hours sometimes. Even in weekend also you have to work. Okay, so those problems are there, understood. But as far as the statistical analysis is concerned, even if you sit in front of computer for 8 hours, you can concentrate only for 30 minutes. Okay, so you cannot concentrate more than 30 minutes out of 8 hours. That means out of 8 hours, 30 minutes means you are going to waste company's 7.5 hours. Understood? It's completely waste of time of the company, not yours. Okay, so somehow you are going to get internet access. Understood? So you can again the electricity waste for the companies, etc. Okay, even you work only for 30 hours, 30 minutes, rest 7.5 hours is waste of time. So after realizing what they planned, okay, so most of the companies started converting most of the manual tasks to the automation task. Let's imagine some of the example I have taken here. Okay, so let's try to discuss some of the simple example. Let's imagine computer learning from medical records, which treats, okay, which treatments are most effective for new diseases. Imagine that, okay, there are new diseases. You take the COVID-19 itself, okay, which itself is a critical now. Okay, imagine we have an algorithm. Uh, that algorithm itself will read, okay, in advance that this type of disease is going to come, okay, and the solution for this disease is that this one. Just imagine if we have such type of a system, okay, so at least for 30 to 40% we can prepare ourselves for the upcoming diseases. Understood? Let's in the similarly you take cancer. Okay, cancer again one more complex disease. Okay, let's say sometimes what happens, the patient, it's very difficult for us to recognize what type of cancer it is. Okay, suppose let's say computer itself is reading from the data or the medical records, and computer says this and this patient is okay having this type of an cancer. Understood? So obviously a lot of time can be saved. Most important, okay, so before we can come out from, or we can there is a chance where we can save the patient also if we get the accurate data or accurate results from those machines. Understood? So this is one more benefit. Medical sector, you take the Accenture totally trying to automate the medical activities. Understood? So maybe in 5 to 6 years, okay, so most of our medical activities will be taken over by the robots, okay, or automation system. Say, I keep on repeating this. I used to keep on explaining this. Let's say I'm going to suffer from fever tomorrow. Okay, based upon my body condition, the systems can say, Tanzim, you are going to suffer from fever tomorrow. Understood? Based upon the like my all the readings, you know. Okay, so that I can prepare. Okay, I can take some precaution before uh, suffering from diseases. This is one more simple example I have taken. Similarly, you take houses learning from experience to optimize energy cost based on the particular usage pattern of their user in order to highlight special relevant stories from an online morning newspaper. Next, I have taken one more simple example. Houses learning from experience. I think you guys are familiar with IoT, right? Participants. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. One second. Someone has raised the hand here. Okay. Let's say you guys are familiar with IoT devices. Okay. In future, maybe in 2 to 3 years, nearly 75 million devices are going to interconnect with each other. Understood? So like let's say you are coming, you are approaching your house, you are in car can communicate with your house. Understood? Or the all the equipments, okay, of your house. Let's say you want to switch on the AC. Okay, so you are approaching, you are 10 kilometers far away from your house. So you can give the instruction through your car or any remote sensor. Okay, switch on the AC. Got a point? So what happened? That will get triggered, okay, and it will get activated. Understood? Everything will be controlled by through the automation system. Okay, so similarly, let's say that is recorded now. Okay, that is recorded. Imagine that the activity what you have triggered in first day, it is recorded. Similarly, let's say you are performing the same task in second day. The moment, let us imagine that you are 10 kilometers far away from your house. Understood? So automatically, without triggering by human, so automatically, okay, the communication will take place from your car as well as the house, and your AC will get activated. Understood? So that is one more the simple example of machine learning system. Now, in the same way, let's say you take online morning newspaper. People are having the habit of reading of paper, right? In paper, what happens? Some paper come with the 12 pages. Some paper will come with the 25, 24 pages. Some paper will come with a 36 pages. Okay. Some in that what happens? We will not be having that much of time. Okay, to read all the 12 pages, 24 pages, etc. Okay, and some people will prefer okay only specific the news contents. Let's say natural language processing system, specific news contents. Let's say the person is interested in sports. Imagine that you are reading a sports contents. Understood? After turning the pages, let's say the sports contents are in 7th page. Understood? So next, let's say you started turning the pages for 7th page and you started reading. Understood? It try to calculate the frequency, how much amount of time you were there in that paper. Next what next day, so instead of opening the paper from the first page, the AI will open the page from the 7th page. Understood? So that I can save the time. That means it is trying to recommend. Understood? This person is interested in sports, so it's better to open the 7th page which contains the sports news. Understood? That is one more. This is also you might have experience in Amazon. Okay, so Amazon try to give the recommendation, no? Okay, so that is one more benefit here. That is some of the simple example I have taken. Now next, a detailed understanding of information processing algorithm for machine learning might leads to the better understanding of human learning ability as well. Most important, our job. Okay, if you are planning your career in machine learning field or artificial intelligence, okay, we should be able to familiar with almost all the algorithms, okay, which we are using while deploying or while designing the model. When we talk about algorithms, okay, we should be very clear. There should not be any doubt, 19 I'm good, 99.99% I'm good in these algorithms. No, okay, you should be 100% accurate of understanding of the algorithms. When I talk about algorithms, okay, so you should be clear with the statistical concepts. Next, you should be clear with the algebraic concept. Okay, so algebra and the statistics. If you are good in algebra and statistics, okay, machine learning is one of the easiest platform, okay, for those candidates. Okay, so that means when I talk about uh, statistics, you should be clear with mean, mode, median. Okay, 25% of the data, 50% of the data, 100% of the data, standard deviation, variance. Okay, so next we have okay looping system. Okay, so there are many chi-square systems. Okay, so all those you should be very familiar with those things when we talk about algebraic condition, linear algebra. Okay, it's going widely we are going to use in machine learning system. Okay, and nothing to worry about the algorithms, since if you are using Python programming language, all the ready-made algorithms are available. Okay, so you can use by just calling the name, you can use those algorithm in your model. Understood? But before using the model, before using any machine learning model, make sure that you are familiar with the complete in and out of that algorithm. I'm using this algorithm, why I'm using this algorithm, and what is the result I'm going to get from that algorithm. That is very important for us. Okay, as far as machine learning experts are concerned. Now next is algorithms have been invented that are effective for certain type of learning tasks. This is kind of an issue. Still we are facing issue, and in future also we are going to face this issue. Okay, algorithms, since okay we have plenty of algorithms, ready-made algorithms are available, but somewhere even I have experienced somewhere those algorithms are not feasible. Okay, feasible in the sense you take data, you are using less amount of data, but that algorithm is very fast, okay, or very efficient, but due to that data sometimes what happen, okay, algorithm will not give the accurate result. Sometimes what happen, okay, you will be having a huge amount of data, let's say 200 GB, 1 terabyte of data you are using, but that algorithm is not having the capacity to process that data. Understood? So that problem we will be facing it. Okay, but a lot of researchers are going on. Okay, a lot of new technology, new platforms like TensorFlow, deep learning, Keras is there. Okay, so many the platforms are available. Even the many platforms are going to come up. Okay, to eradicate these type of a problem. Next is machine learning algorithms can be used in the field of data mining to predict the pattern and to take smart decision. Okay, so even one more thing what I want to experience I want to share is some people say uh, machine learning is a part of data mining. Okay, it's a advanced version of data mining. Okay, I will not say yes, even I will not say no. Understood? Here what happens, okay, as I told you, in machine learning data is important. When you feed the data, then only we can design the model. Got a point? But in I can say that machine learning is a half part of data mining, okay, and half part of mathematics. The moment, let's say, okay, in the first stages we pre-process the data. Okay, we prepare the data based upon our problem definition.
Sir,
Yes, yes,
hello.
yes, yes, yes.
Sir, you can repeat once, please.
Hello.
Sir, you can repeat once again. This
Yeah,
what
this no,
you
yeah,
told.
yeah. See, I will take time because these are very important. I'll repeat this one. See, some people are having the confusion that data mining is sorry, machine learning is an advanced part of data mining. Hope you are cleared. Okay, advanced part of data mining. But as per my experience, I'll say yes also and no also. Understood? Because what I feel, machine learning is a half part of data mining, half part of mathematics. Clear? Hello? Hello, participant. Please be reflexive.
Sir, clear.
Yeah, half part of data mining, half part of mathematics. I'll defend that one. So in machine learning, what happened? Okay, first we pre-process the data. We prepare the data based upon the problem definition. Got a point? So that process of pre-processing the data comes under data mining. Suppose let us say you have an Excel sheet. In Excel sheet you have 100 entries. In 100 entries, let's say imagine some cells are having blank, dummy information. So at that time what we do in data mining, can anyone tell me? Imagine you have Excel sheet. In Excel sheet you have 100 what 100 records. Out of 100 records, some are having empty cells. In that case, what we do in data mining, participants, be reflexive. Participants, hello, what we do? If we have empty cells in records, what we do? Hello, hello, let's say null cells are there. What we do? As per my experience, generally what I do, I'll try to delete that complete row. Understood? I try to delete that complete row, or I will try to take the average of the rest of the other records. Understood? So like that we do. Okay, if you have, yeah, if you have massive amount of data, let's say 200, 300 GB, deleting one row, okay, is not going to affect the complete the model. Understood? So that means pre-processing, preparing the data comes under data mining stage. Once the data is ready, next what we will do, we try to implement the algorithm. We try to use the algorithm to work or process that data. The moment when you start implementing the algorithm, the moment when you start using the algorithm, that comes under the mathematics part. Let's say you implemented, okay, one algorithm, let's say logistic regression you have used, which is totally work on linear algebra. Later on, let's say, okay, that logistic algorithm is not giving accurate result. Then what you will do, you try to perform hyper parameter tuning. You keep on changing the values of the records. Understood? And you try to see whether that model will fit for our problem definition or not. All those process comes under mathematics apart. Understood? Machine learning algorithm can be used in the field of data mining to predict the pattern and to take the smarter decision, obviously. So when you have a clean data, okay, it is all possible to forecast the data. Let's say today's my sale is this much. Let us say my today's sale is 200 rupees. I can predict using my model, machine learning model, tomorrow's sales can be more than 100 rupees. Say tomorrow's sales can be 110 rupees based upon my previous data. That is called a prediction system. Okay, so you take stock market widely we are using forecasting system to take the decisions on the spontaneous, okay, based upon very spontaneous decision we need to take over there. Understood? Now next, GCP, you can replace this one with Amazon Web Services also. Google Cloud Platform or Amazon Web Platform, offering platform to run and implement machine learning concept with data analytics tools such as BigQuery. We have, okay, Google Analytics and Google Data Studios. There are many platforms over there. Amazon provide Redshift. Redshift is a data warehouse system. Understood? So where we can store our database. Redshift, the minimum data you can feed in Redshift is 60 terabyte data, 60 terabyte of data. Understood? So Amazon will allow us to store nearly 60 terabyte of data with free of cost. After 60 terabyte of data, when the data is increasing, they are going to charge for you. Understood? So 60 terabyte of data is not a small data. Understood? So Amazon Redshift, we have, when the data is stored in the Redshift, I can use BigQuery. BigQuery concept is also available in Amazon Web Services. So I can filter those data using BigQuery, okay, database or platform. Next we have Amazon Athena. Okay, so let's say some data is in the database, let's say MySQL, some data is in Redshift, some data is in your web-based systems. Okay, so we can integrate all those data using Amazon Athena. After integrating those data, okay, so we can convert that entire data into visual representation. Okay, so by looking into visual representation, we take the decision. Okay, so that we can do using Amazon Amazon Quick Smart. Okay, so all those the options are available not only in the case of GCP, okay, Google Cloud Platform, even the same options are available in Amazon Web Services. Even there are other platform also, like you take Alibaba. Alibaba is also giving, okay, Azure is also giving, okay, so such type of an platform. You just don't wait for others. Okay, so you start working on this cloud-based platform. Okay, so you get the account, you start working on that, you will get an experience. Believe me, okay, like what hesitation you have, the doubts you have related to machine learning, the moment when you perform some kind of an hands-on sessions, okay, you will get in confidence. It's very simple. Yeah, I can design machine learning model. I can deploy a machine learning model. Next is example. Let's say a Google Map. Google Map. Okay, so we have GPS. No, can someone heard about VPS system? Participants. Participants. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Anyone heard about VPS system?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Yep.
You are familiar with GPS system, right? It is a two-dimensional, right? Hello, participant, please be reflexive. It's two-dimensional. Okay, so from the top view, you will get the direction, right? But in VPS system, you will get three-dimensional. Understood? So the robots will guide you. You take left, you take right. Understood? So VPS systems. Okay, so that completely work on augmented technologies. Maps, lot of modifications are required. Lot of improvements are required as far as the maps are concerned. Okay, it doesn't matter whether it is a Google map or any other the platform. Google Lens. Suppose let us say strangers are approaching you, and there is an object, you are not familiar with the object. Take the snapshot of that object. Understood? Give it to Google Lens. Okay, so it display all the detail, the contents about that object. If stranger is approaching you, just take the snapshot of that stranger. Got my all the details which is stored in the database related to that stranger will be displayed in front of your screen. Understood? So that is also a part of machine learning system. Google Assistants. Okay, so you take new generation people, children, they are totally dependent upon Google Assistants. Even similarly, we have to migrate ourselves just by while typing. Instead of typing, you keep on talking with Google Assistant. Alexa is there. What about? Talk to Alexa. Understood? Learn from Alexa. Give the instruction and just see, okay, how they respond based upon our request. E-commerce, it is booming in market. Understood? Next future of e-commerce is augmented technology. Understood? So the people are trying to convert e-commerce system into augmented technology a system. Okay, so next, if possible, I'll try to demonstrate in hands-on session. One of my intern is trying to convert e-commerce system into augmented technology where you can talk with the 3D humans. Okay, how can I help you? Hello Alexa. So you can see in the screen the 3D human. He'll try to talk, or he or she will try to talk to you and try to execute your queries. Next is we have next. Shall we go to next slide, participants? Hope you are clear with this slide. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah. You have any doubt? Hello? Hello, participant. Be reflexive, please. Abbas, Bharat, Nasif. Hello? Shall I go to next slide? Hello?
Sir,
Any
continue,
doubt?
sir.
Yeah. Any doubt in this slide?
No, sir.
Fine. Okay.
No.
We'll go to the next slide. These are very simple example I have taken here. The only thing is you have to remember this GCP and AWS here. GCP, AWS, and some of the technical the components like analytics, data analytics, BigQuery you have, Google Studio you have. Okay. So there are a lot more other the platforms are available. Using that one, we can execute our machine learning or AI based the programs. Now next is some of the example. Okay, some of the example as far as your syllabus is concerned, they have given some of the example. They have taken, these are some of the examples of machine learning algorithms. Okay, so out of which the first one is spoken words. Heard about NLP, natural language processing system? Hello. NLP. Okay, so natural language processing system, you take the example of handwriting recognition system. Understood? Handwriting recognition system is a part of NLP. Understood? And NLP is a part of machine learning. Suppose, let's say there was a rumor that Hitler was died. Hitler was died immediately as soon after what? Second World War. Later on from the document we realized that Hitler was not died. With the evidence we got, Hitler was not died. Soon after the Second World War, he was survived for 3 more years after Second World War. Okay, somewhere in the Germany. Okay, again due to some the diseases he expired. Understood? Later on we came to know. How we came to know? Because of the NLP. Understood? This NLP, natural language processing systems, okay, is having the capacity. It tried to find out the evidence for our the problems. Okay, by comparing one word, the frequency of one word with the frequency of other word. Let's say, okay, you have taken the image of one newspaper. Understood? So similarly, imagine that, okay, you have taken the image of other newspaper. Now, if you want to compare the contents of one newspaper with the other newspaper, we can do it using, okay, spoken words or NLP or technology. Okay, so here this was discovered by Weiball in 1989. Okay, so later on we modified this one by Lee. Lee was modified in 1989 soon after 10 years. Okay, now it is booming in market. Alexa, you take the simple Alexa. Alexa totally work on NLP system, natural language processing system. As far as your syllabus is concerned, okay, so they have given they have used one simple and basic algorithm called Navier-Bayes algorithm, which is a part of unstructured, okay, the format unstructured machine learning language. Understood? So Navier-Bayes algorithm, which completely work on probability basis. Let's say pace. There is a pace in one newspaper. there is a pace in another newspaper. Got a point? So what I will do to compare the pace of first newspaper to compare the pace of next newspaper, I'll use Navier Bayes algorithm. It gives, okay, the accuracy over there. Say 90% that word is pace. 90% that word which is in the paper is pace. Got a point? Or let's say you take one question, I mean one paper, newspaper, okay, and you want to analyze the words. Understood? So it gives the result in percentage wise. 80% that is that word, 90% that is that word. That can be done using Navier Bayes classifier. Since this is a basic and fundamental algorithm which is used for NLP, now in market there are highly advanced algorithms are also available. Okay, so when we talk about spoken words, speech recognition, okay, speech recognition as well as text recognition, okay, is a part of spoken words or NLP. Understood? And remember, this is going to boom in coming 2 to 3 years. This is going to be a hot cake in the market because augmented technology, AR, VR is also coming up. Understood? Side by side. So people are trying to integrate your speech recognition system with the augmented technologies. So we need a feeling, you know. So the moment when we sit in front of computer, someone should pop up from the computer and they should speak to us. How can I help you? Okay, what is your query? What is your problem? Understood? So that we are trying to migrate. Okay, we are done with Alexa. We are fed up with the Alexa now. We want something with the 3D dimensions. Okay, so that is one example. Next example, what they have mentioned in your syllabus is predict recovery rate of pneumonia patient. This comes under the medical sectors. Okay, as I told you, the diseases. Okay, so it's not doctor's job; it is engineer's job. Okay, to predict. Okay, what type of disease it is. Understood? And after predicting the diseases, it is doctor's job how to recover from those diseases. Okay, so the doctors, let's say in medical sectors, the doctors are facing a lot of challenges. Okay, so they can't predict. Okay, so what type of disease it is? It is, if you take cancer, what type of cancer? They take a lot of time, you know. They undergo a lot of tests. Okay, so after a lot of tests, who knows if that patient survive? Okay, in 2 or 3 days. If he dies, means gone. Got a point? So, but in the systems, in programs, we can predict immediately. Let's say in 1 hour, 2 hours, we can predict this fellow, this person is suffering from so and so cancer, so and so diseases. Similarly, this person is going to suffer from that disease in coming few days. Okay, that is one more thing. Okay, so we can have under machine learning recovery rate also. Let's say some person is suffering from XYZ disease. Okay, we can say he has recovered 30%, 40%, 90%. Okay, so doctors say after keeping the patient in hospital for 3 or 4 days, so they say you can discharge now. But in the future, the machine itself we can decide. Okay, so when to discharge that patient. Okay, so let's say 40% he has recovered, 90% he has recovered. So the machine can say, doctor, yeah, you can discharge that patient. Understood? So that is one more decision tree, widely used basic algorithm. Second model we are going in module we are going to discuss about decision tree. There is one the program also, candidate elimination. Okay, sorry, program number 3, decision tree. We'll see, okay, how to design these type of the modules using decision tree. But problem with the decision tree is we can achieve nearly 60 to 70% of accuracy. Okay, so there is an advanced level of decision tree called C3. Okay, but in C3 also we can achieve nearly 80%, 85%. There is recently launched one more algorithm called XGBoost algorithm. Even I have used this XGBoost algorithm in image classification, and we have achieved around 97.6 accuracy in image classification. This is highly used. XGBoost algorithm is a highly used algorithm. Okay, in machine learning, in predictive analysis. Okay, so let's see. We'll try to discuss this also. Next, fraudulent use of credit cards. Okay, so you know this is nearly 50. This hacking and tracking, in the field of hacking and tracking, the people try to what crack your what account systems, they try to take the money, and there's a lot of fraudulent activities are going on, and nearly it is $50 billion market. Okay, the people are earning a huge amount, but it is actually wrong actually. But as a software engineers, it is our responsibility, to find out these type of unfraudulent activities. Got a point? Even in machine learning also we can achieve this, but not for 100 complete 100%. We cannot achieve 100%. Understood? But for some extent, the moment, let's say the person is trying to hack your account, okay, immediately we can send a notification message, someone is trying to hack your account. Understood? So that we can do it. Okay, and by using some credentials, passwords, securities. Okay, so we can avoid this type of fraudulent activities using machine learning, the programs. Here there is an algorithm called linear regression, which comes under supervised learning system. Okay, so there are many different types of linear algorithms, linear regression algorithms. It gives a straight line. Let's say you have a data. What generally we do, data we try to distribute in x and y axis, got a point, and we try to plot the graph. And next we try to design the straight line. Okay, so linear line. So based upon the linear line, generally what we can do, we can predict, okay, the dots or the data which falls under that line. So supervised learning system. Okay, there are many different types here. Logistic regression is there, non-linear regression is there, linear regressions is there. Okay, so these are some of the algorithm, but as far as your syllabus is concerned, they have given linear regression. Most important, autonomous cars. I think all the people are familiar with, especially boys are familiar with autonomous cars, no? Participants. Hello? Hello? Kaiser? Abbas? I'm audible, right? Hello? Hello? Abbas? Participants? Okay. So yeah. So autonomous car. This is one more the beautiful what I can say the product which is designed actually. Okay. So without the driver, so you can drive the car. For me, it's beneficial. Okay, though I have the license, generally very rare I used to drive. Understood? Even sometimes I feel hesitation while driving. So if I implement these type of systems, okay, without touching the steering, okay, without controlling the steerings, understood, I can travel. Understood? Drive autonomous vehicles. This was designed first. This was designed by Ralph System. Understood? And he was achieved to, okay, travel, to run the car, understood, up to 160 kilometers, sorry, up to he has traveled 160 kilometers without the driver at the speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Understood? That was one of the great success which was done by which was done by Ralph System. Okay, so Ralph System, this was the first model in autonomous vehicle car. Next, later on, okay, there was some ambiguities, there was some problems while taking the left turn, while taking the right turn, understood, while taking the reverse, understood, and while reverse process, while to take left and right, there was some problems in Ralph System. Okay, later on this was modified by Alvin System. So whatever right now, whatever the autonomous cars are there, the complete autonomous cars, either it works either in Alvin System or either it will work in Ralph System. In both the cases, okay, so we will be using artificial neural network system or convolution neural network system. Understood? So here generally what we do, we try to build the layer between the input layer as well as the output layer. Let's say you have one input layer and one output layer. In between we try to keep more layers, let's say one layer, two layer, etc. So now what happens, let's say you have given one instruction from the input layer. That instruction first, it will be fetched by the first input layer, okay, first layer. Then after processing, that will, the output of that one will be given to the second layer. Next, after processing in the second layer, the output will be given to the output layer. We'll discuss about that one. And as far as artificial neural network is concerned, Here the output always, we will be knowing the output. Either the output will be 1 or either the output will be 0. Let's say you instruct the car, okay, take left. Understood? Car will perform only two tasks. Either it will take left or either it will go forward. Understood? That is nothing but 1 or 0. But to take the decision by the car, understood, we try to analyze the complete environment, okay, the front environment, okay, or all the 360 environment through the sensors, okay, it process using the artificial neural network, then it takes the decisions. Understood? So this is one more very interesting area. This we are going to learn in module 3, okay, related to artificial neural network. Next, play games. Okay, a checker game. Let's say chess. I will take, instead of using a play checker game, I'll use the chess board. Okay, so there was even in gaming systems also artificial neural networks. Sorry, machine learning concepts are used. Okay, so if you take the example of chess. Okay, automated boards are coming up. Okay, physically automated boards are available, which is costing in India. It is costing around 35,000. Okay, per board. But first automated checker game was designed called TD Gamon. Okay, he was trained for nearly 3 million times. Okay, before participating in TD Gamon International Game Event, and you cannot believe, okay, that TD Gamon game has won the match. Understood? So he was the first. This TD Gamon was the first the gaming system which was won against the human. Understood? So we will try to discuss, even while designing the machine learning programs or stages by stages. I'll try to take this example TD Gamon examples while explaining each and every model or each and every stages of machine learning design. So next is, hope you are cleared with this. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Hello? Hello? Participants? Hello? Hello?
No, sir. Clear.
No?
Clear.
Clear, no?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so hope you are cleared with
Yes.
this. I'll go to the next slide now. Okay, so as far as next slide is concerned, this is very important as far as your exam is concerned. The first question will be this. Okay, first question will be this: applications of machine learning. Okay, so what are the application of machine learning? You only tell me. Let's see. Uh, I was discussing completely about machine learning application for complete one hour. Can someone list out some of the applications of machine learning, excluding this three participants? Be reflexive. See, I'm not strict. I want knowledge. Okay. I'm thirsty for knowledge. Understood? If you're asking questions, I'll get the opportunity to learn. Understood? Okay. Sometimes I'll stick. Sometimes I'll be very friendly. Understood? That depends upon your attitude or character. Okay. So you can approach me for any machine learning related work. Okay. So can someone explain me, please? Hello? Some of the application, guys, you are using, no, in mobile you are using, right? Participants. Let's start one by one. Vanishri. Vanishri. Vishnu. Hello? Hello? Yeah, Srinivas. Anyone, any application, please. Any machine learning application. So we are using in real time and world. Taslima? Hello? Hello? Be reflexive. Don't hesitate, please. Vanishri? Any machine.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence is a machine learning is a part of artificial intelligence. Okay, when we talk about application, all those application comes under artificial intelligence. Any specific application? Other participants? Very good. I appreciate you, Vanishri. Other participants? Abbas?
Sir, it's image recognition and traffic predictions.
Fantastic, fantastic. Image recognition. Okay. Say in image recognition also there are many areas. Let's say traffic. Okay, traffic invigilation systems are there. Now, in most of the smart cities, they have implemented. If you are not wearing helmet, understood. So through the image cameras, no, it try to take your picture of your face. Okay, try to recognize. Okay, so all your data, all the data in the database will be available. You try to compare your picture with your database, and you try to put the fine. Hope you are clear. Image, okay, so it is booming in market. Image recognition. I have taken one simple example, real world example. There are many areas. I'm planning to complete one project related to agriculture sector. Okay, where what I will do, okay, I will take the image of the crops. Okay, and I want to find, okay, what the crop, from which disease that crop is suffering from. Understood. So after that, after finding the exact disease, I want to recommend, okay, I want to recommend the farmers that this crop is suffering from this disease and this is the antidote for that. Hope we are clear. This is also one part of image recognition. Understood. There are many applications. Okay, so there is no area, what I believe, okay, there is no area where we cannot implement the concept of machine learning. Wherever automations we can do, we can implement machine learning concepts. Okay, there is no area where we cannot do automation. Most of the work we will be doing manually, right? Okay, so we can plan for that. Okay. Any other applications, participants? Be reflexive participants. Yeah.
Sir, product recommendations.
Yes, product recommendation. Just now I said, right? This crop is
Yes.
this crop is suffering from this disease, and this is the antidote, okay, or medicine for that disease. Product recommendation. Okay. Next, any other? I want something different now, so that I can
Sir,
plan and can
uh,
execute.
sir, in the field of healthcare,
Related to in the field of
healthcare,
what type of application we can implement?
like diagnosis.
Exactly. Diagnosis systems. Yeah, very good. Diagnosis systems. Okay, so we can, okay, so let's say patient is, we can, patient is in home, doctor is in clinic. But we can devise and we can design a system where the doctor should, okay, at every minute, every hours or day, okay, doctor should know the complete status of the patient. Understood. So that also we can plan it. Okay. So there are many areas. Anyway, slowly we'll discuss. But to design such type of the system, you should be familiar with the complete in and out of the data and the model. Understood. So once you are clear with the data, no data and in and out, how we can use the data, half of the job is done in machine learning system. Next, these are very important application of machine learning for 5 marks. Learning to recognize spoken words, as I told you, NLP. Okay, Phoenix system learn speaker specific strategy for recognizing the primitive sounds, words, vocabulary from the speech signals. Understood. So here, let's say nowadays in market, new Alexas are coming. Let's say it try to recognize your speech. You know how I'm talking. Let's say I'm talking in Kannada. Okay. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀಯಾ Alexa ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀಯಾ? Got a point. So even the Alexa will try to reply in Kannada. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. Understood. Like in essence, there are different essence in English. Understood. You choose any essence and try to talk with Alexa. Even the Alexa will try to reply in the same essence. Okay. Tamil you take. Okay. You take Tamil, you take Kannada, you take Malayalam. Understood. Marathi, you take any languages. Okay. So Alexas are going better and better. Understood. Speech recognition system. Understood. Okay. Here it's completely work on speech signals actually, vocabularies and speech signals. Okay, technique have potential application in many signal interpretation problems. Let's say frequency, it's all about frequencies. Understood. So you doesn't matter what in which language you use. Okay, try to predict, the Alexa system will try to predict your frequencies. So based upon the frequency, it try to set the Alexa's frequency and try to reply the same contents in the frequency what you have feed it for the Alexa. Understood. So next is, let's say I'm raising the voice. So the moment when I raise the voice, the frequency will get increased. Understood? So even the Alexa will try to catch that frequency and try to reply with the same frequency with the content which is available in the database. So next is learning to drive an autonomous vehicle. Okay, so you take most of the companies, almost all the companies, I guess. Okay, they have migrated you into autonomous system. You take Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Porsche. Okay, so almost all the companies have migrated, and they have that model also nowadays. So without the driver, you can drive the vehicle. Understood? So next, one more thing, interesting point here is hyperlooping system. Okay, hyperlooping systems are also coming up. I think you might have heard about the project which is going to start from Mumbai to Dubai. Okay, so through underwater you can travel now using the hyperlooping system. Okay, so it's like a train actually, small train, mini train I can say. So you can travel from Mumbai to Dubai just in 1.5 hours. Understood. So just in 1.5 hour using hyperlooping system. So you need not to go for Dubai and stay there for 1 year, 2 years. Okay, that is old fashioned now. Understood. So like how we are traveling daily, from one place to other place using hyperlooping system. Even I can travel from Mumbai to Dubai in 1.5 hours. Daily we can travel. Understood. We can travel. We can do our work in Dubai and we can come back to our home. That is one more trend is coming up, and this completely work on automation system. Understood? And it's very faster system which is we are going to experience in couple of years. Already, I think the project already started. Okay, but due to this COVID-19, I think the project is in hold. But they will finish that the project. Next is examples. Alvin and Ralph system drive unassigned at 7 miles per hour for 90 miles on public highway among other cars. Okay, using sensor based control techniques. As I told you, it was Ralph system was able to cover around 90 miles. 90 miles means how much kilometers, participants? I think 120 kilometers, I guess, at the speed of 60 kilometers per hour. They achieved it. Later on, they modified the ANN network. Okay, so now, it gives, ANN gives, we have one of the fantastic machine learning model in vehicle system. Next is learning to classify new, astronomical structures. So by looking into the image structures, now we can find out, whether it is a star or the planet. I think those apps are available in your Google Play Store. Okay, so you just take the snapshot of that image. It gives, it try to predict whether it is a planet or stars. If it is a planet, which planet it is. Understood? So similarly, the benefit here is, let's say our telescopes are traveling in the space. Okay, in the space, if you are able to deploy that model. Understood? So by from very far end. Understood? The moment when the telescopes are able to catch that image, no, it will be able for the machines or the telescopes to recognize whether that is a star or the planet. If it is a planet, okay, which type of a planet it is, okay, whether the water exists in that planet or not. Understood? So that is one more astronomical structures. As I told you, NASA and Google are closely working with dark technology. Okay, so dark can be one of the leading technology in coming 4 to 5 years. But dark, it's artificial intelligence is a sub part of dark technology, and machine learning is a sub part of artificial intelligence. And it is a right time to you to learn machine learning. So moment when you are after 2 years, 3 years, when you are expert in machine learning and artificial intelligence, you can plan for dark technology. Understood? So lot of efforts are required. Okay, effort are required. Even I'm also interested in machine learning and artificial intelligence. So instead of wasting time in time in negative activities, what I will do, I'll try to spend that time in front of my computer, and I try to learn different models. In case if I get a chance, if you are giving an opportunity, definitely I'll try to explain how to work on practical hands-on session. We'll try to have hands-on session rather than covering a theory parts. Okay, so next is Shall we go to next slide? Participants? Hello? Hello? Hope you are clear with this application. I don't want to focus more on application because this is going to be in machine learning. This is going to be daily activity now. Application. This is application. That is application. Okay. Without studying, after 6 months or 4 months, without studying, you will be able to write. Okay, or list out the applications of machine learning. Next is, let's go to the next slide. Okay, the other application here is okay, learning to play a world-class backgammon chess game. Okay, chess game automation system TD Gammon is one of the best example for that. Okay, so you can play against the machines now. You can play against the machines. Okay, and you can enjoy that. Okay, so even in physical boards are the boards are also available nowadays. Bayesian methods, calculating probabilities of hypothesis. Navier Bayesian classifier for estimating the values of unobserved variables. Okay, Bayesian method is a unsupervised learning techniques where we can predict, completely depend upon the probability. Patient is suffering. Okay, so in programs, what happened? What I have experienced, there will be two answers, yes or no. Okay, suppose if you are using supervised learning system, it gives only two results. Patient is suffering from fever. Yes. Patient is suffering from fever. Patient is not suffering from fever. Sorry. Patient is suffering from fever. Yes. Patient is suffering from fever. No. In that case, what happened? Patient is suffering from fever. Yes, 100%. 100% patient is suffering from fever. Okay. Patient is suffering from fever. No, 100% patient is suffering from fever. Hope you are clear. Understood? Okay. So, but in real time, what happened? Even if you say the patient is 100%, patient is suffering from fever, got a point. It doesn't mean that it is completely 100%. It can be 60%, 40%, let's say 40% patient is suffering from fever. That we cannot do it using the supervised learning system. In unsupervised learning system, what happened? We can give the probability. Let's say 40% patient is suffering from fever. That means indirectly we are saying 60% he is what? Cured. He is perfect. Got a point? 80% patient is suffering from fever. That means 20% is not suffering from a fever. That means there are chances of recovery. Understood? That concept comes under the Bayesian method. Next is statistics, characterization of error that occur when estimating the accuracy of hypothesis based on the limited space of the data. When you have a small amount of data, remember, when you have a small amount of data, okay, so even though you get a good accuracy, let's say 80%, 90%, but when it comes to deployment, understood, we will not get the accurate results. I have completed one project for child population. I used around 150 records. I got around 82% of accuracy, but the moment when I deployed that one in the production department, okay, so it was not giving the accurate result. Data is very important. Okay, and we should be able to calculate the amount of error which comes, okay, in the model. Okay, that comes under the statistics. Say total population of India, let's say 140 crores. Understood? I cannot say total population of India is 140 crores. At the same time, there will be increase or decrease. Hope you are understanding. 141, okay, crores plus 1, okay, plus 7, plus 8. Understood? That plus 7 plus 8 is an error there. Understood? So next is control theory related to assembly. Okay, system engineers. Okay, so you take assembly systems. Let's say car manufacturing companies, they assemble the car, no? So even most of the assembly systems are already taken by the bots, but those bots are not so feasible. You know, let's say you have designed the bots only to lift the door. The job of that bot is only to lift the door. We can again program that bot to lift the door, lift the what the tire, etc. Understood? During the assembly times. Computational complexity theory, one more. Information theory is another one. Okay, so these are some of the application which uh, they have mentioned in your the machine learning syllabus. Okay, hope you are clear with this. Okay, with this I'll try to wind up. If you have any doubt, you can ask with me.